How many people in the Star Wars universe is after the Bad Batch? Let's talk about it. What up, what up? Welcome to the Circle of Nerds and welcome to Into the Garbage Chute. And like we do every week, we always talk about the last episode of the Bad Batch, episode 7. Make sure I got that right. And I have the distinguished Circle of Nerds panel. We got in the midst, Daddy Louie is here. Daddy Louie, let him know what's good.
Hello, children.
There he is.
Jay Quillen is Mr. Tommy D.
Howdy, nerds.
And the lovely Miss V.
Hello there.
Now, let's get right to it. Louie, I need a recap on episode 7. Tell us what happened with the Bad Batch this week.
All right, so I think this is week 3 now that we've seen the Bad Batch working for our good friend Sid. And after coming back from a mission, they are met by the one and only Captain Rex. Woo-hoo. And Captain Rex, while reminiscing with the rest of the Bad Batch, realizes or finds out that the Bad Batch has not removed their inhibitor chips. And as we have seen in the past couple of episodes, Wrecker is really fighting with it. He's really struggling with it. So Captain Rex takes the Bad Batch to a starship graveyard that just so happens to have a Jedi cruiser in its midst with the capabilities on board to remove the inhibitor chips. So we find out a little bit about that, a little bit about the inhibitor chips some more and the removing of them. And of course, it wouldn't be a great episode unless just as they're about to remove Wrecker's inhibitor chip, he loses his shit. And so squabble, Wrecker wrecks things, but ultimately Captain Rex saves the day, stuns him. They remove the inhibitor chips from all of the Bad Batch, and Captain Rex goes on his way. And that's pretty much what you missed this week, if you haven't seen it.
That was very enlightening, Louie. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. And if you're watching right now, we're going to let you know, listen, like Tommy D said, we will more than likely give you a spoiler alert. But let's get to it. So now that I got Tommy D and Jay Quillen, she's not here. Miss V, I'm going to ask you first.
Yes.
What do you think about, as far as what you saw today or whenever you watched it, what do you think about this recap that Louie just gave us?
The recap was excellent. But as far as this episode goes, I was really excited to see Rex. I'm always excited to see Rex. I love the fact that he came in and had the reaction I've had every episode whenever Wrecker's like, oh, I've had a headache. Like Rex was like, oh, I'm
right?
no. Yeah. And I was like, oh, thank God,
a
sound, rational thinking mind. But I really enjoyed this episode. It made me kind of realize a little bit of why Omega is really important to the show. And it is that conversation that Hunter and Rex have, where Rex kind of acknowledges the fact that Hunter's priorities have changed, the whole Bad Batch's priorities have changed, and Omega is a part of that. They are not soldiers anymore. They're not really, they don't really want to be mercenaries and bounty hunters.
Right.
So, what are they going to do? And so Omega is kind of like going with them on this new path, and she is helping them forge a new journey that they would have never been able to do. If they didn't have a child taken care of, they could have very easily fallen into a darker path now that they don't have a place in the universe. But having Omega there, that child who's just so innocent and so pure, is really going to keep them on the straight and narrow and make sure that they have something to fight for. And I really liked seeing that this episode.
Yeah. Agreed.
Tommy D, how do you feel about the episode?
It's all right.
Tommy D, he always got something. He got something.
Next.
Hit him.
No, I think it's starting to go in a direction that I'm cautiously optimistic about, because at first I'm thinking, okay, well, a lot of these just feel like filler episodes, but now I'm really kind of starting to see that maybe these are building episodes. Every episode is not necessarily a winner on its own, but maybe once we put all the pieces together, there's going to be a big reveal. But I think this is one of those shows where you're going to have a payoff. not every episode will be that payoff, but I think that we will get that payoff. And I'm with you. I saw, I have a little thing for Rex. I kind of like Rex a little bit.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit. I mean, there's our boy. There's our boy. What's up, buddy? So yeah, when I saw him, like when they showed him, I don't want to admit to that, like on the internet in front of everybody, but no, when we see this mysterious figure in the cantina, my first thought was like, now who the fuck is this? I mean, it's like you said, Mr.
I
D.
thought it was a Jedi at first.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Jedi.
I thought it was a bounty hunter, like another one for real. Seriously, I mean, I'll use it. How many people are after the Bad Batch?
Exactly.
But then when he was kind of like swishing his drink around, I saw the gauntlet with the pad on it. I was like, oh, is it? And then you saw the blue streak. I was like, oh, that's my boy. That's my boy, Rex. It was nice seeing him, and Miss V, I agree with you 100%. That scene when he was like, wait a minute, what do you mean you still have your inhibitor chips? Oh no. He was about to draw down on the batch. I mean, like, he was legit about to go ham on all 4 of them.
And he's not going to take any chances after the last time we saw Rex.
Right.
He the fight for his life that him and Ahsoka had.
Yeah.
After people who he never thought would turn
His
on them.
brothers.
Yeah. He was, it's one of those things where you can see why it's almost like, wait, he's going straight for the gun? Yes,
he's going straight for the gun.
Absolutely.
But I would think that he's also probably got his pistol on stun. I'm pretty sure he wasn't gonna because I believe in season 7 when he and Ahsoka were fighting through them, I believe I think he was using stun.
Yes.
I think he was shooting out the blue rings. I think he was.
And him and Ahsoka had that conversation where he's like, they're trying to kill us. Why are we not fighting with lethal force? And she's like, I'm not going to be the one to kill them.
Right.
And you can see in that moment that really hit him. And I think he's carrying that lesson with him as well.
Well, and I think we're seeing the PTSD.
Oh yeah.
We are seeing that in Rex, and again, I mean, I always go back to, the Umbara campaign with Jedi General Krell, the 4-armed Jedi, who completely fucked over everybody and had clones fighting clones. And that was a devastating episode. I mean, when they finally figured out and Rex sees that they're shooting actual clone troopers, that was heart-wrenching. Yeah. So I really liked that moment. Yeah. I think Sid is going to fuck them over. I think
100%.
Yeah.
That's coming. That's coming.
She's going to sell them out. And I'm hoping that with this episode, it's the last time Wrecker takes a headshot, because what the fuck, how many more times can you hit that poor, every episode he gets cracked in the head, every single episode.
Yeah. Well, he's got his chip is gone now.
It's gone now, but I mean, he's still
brain damage is still a thing.
Right. He still gets a TBI every fucking episode.
Well, he's missing one eye already.
He already had brain damage. He's probably so concussed, and now he's had a lobotomy.
Right.
He's scrambled up there.
100%.
So Daddy Louie, we got to get you. I want to get you. Daddy Louie, I know you're sitting back being patient. What do you think about this last episode of The Bad Batch?
It definitely wasn't a filler. I agree with pretty much everything that Miss V said. It's kind of starting to give our heroes a little bit of a purpose, which I did like, because it didn't feel like we were just, spinning around in circles. I was a little bummed, I guess, that they're still with Sid. I mean, it's obviously going to be a plot point, or at least I hope it pays off to be a plot point. I thought maybe it would just be a couple of episodes.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this week's Into the Garbage Chute clip. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and you want to see more, head over to patreon.com/Circle of Nerds to unlock more exclusive content than you could possibly imagine.
I don't know, I can imagine quite a bit.
You'll get it.
Or if you'd just like to show your support, patreon.com/Circle of Nerds is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Your love and support keeps us ad-free, allows us to expand, and will help us finally fix that hyperdrive.
help if I got out in the bush?
Captain Turner, Mike!
But if you're not ready for that level of commitment, you can always listen to the show in its entirety on iTunes, iHeart, Pandora, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Do it.